Hello, this is Brian. Today is Tuesday, June 21st, 2022, and I am on Mount Soledad. As you can see, there's the cross over there. For me, I'm kind of just poking around here in the park. There are a couple hiking trails you can access. I remember I hiked up this once from down that way by Jolla Scenic Drive South. That was the first time I've ever hiked Mount Soledad. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a short walk on this side. This is an actual little open space park here. Never been on this side. You can see this trail from all over. I'm just going to take a short walk. I left my backpack and stuff in the car. So I'm planning on doing any big hikes, but alright, let's head across over there. That's actually not the high point right there. The high point is actually in a set of radio towers about a third of a mile up that way. It's a set of radio towers. That's where the actual 822-foot summit is. But that's like a subsidiary summit at 811 feet, so it's not that much difference. So I've shot video hiking down from Mount Soledad back in 2019. Try to put a link to that video so you can see what I saw when I was hiking down. It was February of 2019, and it was luscious after during a really good rainy season. So now I'm walking down this wider trail here. So I came up from Jolla Scenic Drive South at a cul-de-sac. There's actually a way you can climb up Mount Soledad up a couple of trails. There might be some other access points as well, but it's beautiful up here. I'm just here to take a kind of a short walk and kind of show you some other aspects of this area. We're in a really beautiful stand of coastal chamise right here. It's this dark green shrub that's everywhere, and this is Adenostoma fasciculatum variety obtusifolium. You got the fleshier, shorter, more blunt shaped leaves, shorter than the typical Adenostoma fasciculatum variety fasciculatum. This is the one that grows by the coast here in Southern California. It's one of at least 3 varieties of chamise. The common chamise, variety fasciculatum, and there's variety prostratum. I think that might be a Channel Island or a Central Coast plant. I don't know too much about that one because I've never seen it. Never been up that way. The only time I've ever been in Central California was to go to Sequoia National Park and areas in the Sequoia National Forest up in Tulare County. So let's see. I'm kind of curious where this leads out to. Now those radio towers over there, that's where the actual high point of Soledad is. Right up that way. So here we are. Just wonder where this goes. I'm very curious. I've seen this trail. I've been up on top. I've been up by the cross. I've been up there many times. Once or twice as a kid, and a few times in my adulthood. Always loved it up here. Right next to La Jolla. So it stays a lot more temperate here in the summertime. But I've always noticed this trail, but I've never taken it before, and I just wonder where this goes. I guess I'm going to follow it a little further, because I am very much in curiosity mode. I think this might go down to some street Maybe. I don't want to go super far down, so I'm going to have to hike it all the way back up, but I am curious. Well, it leads us to this little random eucalyptus grove. Wow. I think there's a there's just a neighborhood down here, but I wonder if there's an actual neighborhood access point to climb up this. This could be a second hike I do up Soledad one day. I'll tell you one thing, even in suburban San Diego County, there's a lot for people who like adventure. It looks like the trail kind of goes along this fence. I'm not going to cross this fence, obviously. Obviously, this is probably a private property. Looks like a housing tract down there of some sort, or a country club or some kind of facility. There's some houses and stuff down there. It looks like this follows the way down quite a bit. Oh, this is an interesting eucalyptus. I wonder if this is Eucalyptus conferruminata. Some type of mallee, almost like a mallee, which is a eucalyptus or eucalypt relative in the genus Angophora or Corymbia that stays shrubby and multi-stemmed. These look like the seed capsules of Eucalyptus conferruminata, Bushy Yate. Might be what this is. Looks like a piece of it broke off. Like I said, you take a little walk anywhere, seems like you're going to find lots of adventure. I'm not sure if their flowers are supposed to be that colored though. I'll look it up, but you know, the seed capsules are fused together. As you can see here, the seed capsules are fused together, and that is a characteristic of Eucalyptus conferruminata. And the leaves are very much shaped like it. So I think this is conferruminata. If I find out differently after doing a little research, I'll leave a comment or something in the description about it. These are the stamens, green flowers. And these are the flower buds, or the opercula bud caps. This definitely appears to be a conferruminata, but I never really paid attention to it. I've only seen a few specimens of this tree in my life. That's what I'm smelling up here. Has kind of a nice camphor-y aroma. I don't even know, I'm only taking off dead leaves. I don't like to pick live leaves off. Because these Eucalyptus cladocalyx trees don't usually give off nearly as strong a scent as other eucalypts. This one gives off a pretty strong scent. Like I said, it's more of a mallee or a shrubby eucalypt. There's one I'm not too familiar with here either. There are so many species of eucalypt planted here in Southern California, a lot of which I don't know. But yeah, there are more Bushy Yates planted all around here. I wonder if that one was a waif. I wonder if it came here on its own by seed dispersal. The bark on this kind of reminds me of Eucalyptus nicolii, the willow or peppermint gum, but I don't know what the seeds on it. But the bark's kind of stringy, like Eucalyptus, like that Eucalyptus species of peppermint gum, Eucalyptus nicolii. So that might be what this is, but not really sure. Then we got some more Bushy Yate type eucalyptus over here. So you can see little black spots all in there are those clusters of seed capsules that are fused together. There are a few eucalyptus species that do that. Wow. Glad I came down this way. Found a little something interesting. And this is Eucalyptus cladicalix. Multi-trunked stunted form. Shadier, well, in more moisture-laden areas, these things can get huge. These can get over 100 feet tall here in San Diego and here in Southern California. But yeah, this is sugar gum, Eucalyptus cladicalix. Kind of with that rich brownish green tinge. Tell you one thing, it smells great over here. I smell a combination of the eucalyptus and some of the coastal sage scrub plants. And since all these plants have a lot of volatile essential oils, it really creates a really delectable fragrance. Here's another Bushy Yate right here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, almost certain, 100%, almost, those are Eucalyptus conferruminata. Not sure what part of Australia they come from, but pretty sure that's what those are. Like I said, I'll take a quick look, and if I find out differently, which I'm pretty doubtful I will, then I'll make an addendum comment or something. But yeah, there's the high point of Soledad right up there. And those trees around it, oh, those are more Eucalyptus cladicalix that are much larger in size. This one's probably maybe about 35 feet tall. But yeah, you get a lot of these hillsides planted out with eucalyptus, and they'll naturalize sometimes. You can see some younger eucalyptus species over there. One day I want to do is find Angophora costata. It's a species of eucalyptus relative. It's native to the Sydney area, New South Wales, and it's usually a shorter, medium stature tree, but occasionally can get pretty tall. I know 50 feet's not out of the question, but I very rarely see those planted, despite the fact that they seem to do well. I've seen them a few times. LA Arboretum. The LA Arboretum has at least one there. The Fullerton Arboretum has one. And I've seen one at, what's the name of it? El Dorado Nature Center in Long Beach. But I don't know where to find them here in San Diego County. I don't know yet. I'm sure they're planted here occasionally. I'm surprised they're not planted much more widely than they are, because they're really cool trees. They look just like a eucalyptus, and they're fairly closely related to eucalyptus. But their flowers have petals on them, little white petals, little petals on them, unlike eucalyptus, which has no petals at all. And B, they don't have a bud cap on the flower bud that falls off when the flower opens up. They don't have a bud cap or perculum like eucalyptus trees do. And their leaves are always oppositely arranged, whereas in eucalyptus, most of them are alternately arranged, but there are quite a few oppositely arranged eucalyptus as well. And that's a much more complicated discussion. Much more complicated than I want to put in the breadth of this video. But it's just cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I know these are not native trees, but they sure really make the landscape look so charismatic. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm a sucker for them. I like this landscape here, and I love our native chaparral. This is our coastal variety, or southern maritime chaparral. And I know you see me point out this shrub a lot. Right here, Rus integrifolia, lemonade berry, lemonade sumac. Notice how short in stature it is. Because this is a much more exposed slope. On shadier slopes, these things get up to about 20, maybe up to 20 feet tall, maybe even taller. Amazing. Always love this plant, and I'll keep saying that every time I talk about it on videos. But you can see, it's a lot more stunted in stature because it's a lot more sun exposed here. This is a south-facing slope right here. This is facing south. So normally, a lot of times you'd be more likely to find coastal sage scrub, but here on these south-facing slopes, you'll find shorter statured chaparral shrubs like this and more stunted coastal chamise around here. Just figured I had to come down here and investigate this area of Mount Soledad Natural Park here in the awesome La Jolla. And of course, I'm willing to bet money that that was a natural recruitment right there, that Torrey pine. Willing to bet that that was a natural plant. It is native to this area. I mean, it's more likely to be found naturally closer to Del Mar, that area. It is more found over there. But occasionally you get some pockets of it out here. What am I looking at here? I think this is a rock rose or a rush rose in the genus Cistus. Yeah. I was starting to think maybe it was a rare Palo Blanco, which is found by the far southwestern border of San Diego County. Palo Blanco Ornithostaphylos oppositifolia, but I don't think you'll find them up this far. There's another Torrey pine over there too. They have some Torrey pines planted on top of the ridge. Pretty sure occasionally seeds will get established down here. You see, as we're going down this more moisture-enriched gully, the lemonade sumac gets a lot thicker and denser and taller. Mariposa lily in there. See if I can get down to it without creating a disturbance. Looks like weeds. Mariposa lily. Calochortus weedii. There's not a whole lot of wildflowers left. But yeah. I think that's the intermediate Mariposa lily. Calochortus weedii variety intermedius. I think that's the variety found here in San Diego County more prolifically. That small yellow flower is a Mariposa lily. I've seen a few species of it, most of which I don't recognize yet. But that one's definitely a variety of Calochortus weedii. Weedyi. So, the old beautiful rugged chamise. Of course, on this side the chaparral's a lot thicker because it's a lot lusher on the north facing slope. On my video from 2019 when I hiked down, I hiked up it, didn't shoot the video on the way up, but on the way down I shot the video for it, and you'll see how much taller the chaparral is on that side heading down towards Jolla Scenic Drive South. It's a lot taller, lusher, very, very luxuriant in some spots. Much larger than these shrubs here. Most of them are taller than me. So I'm guessing this will probably wrap it up for this video. There's where the Veterans Cross is on top. Well, at least on the eastern summit. And another one of my little short adventure videos. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure as heck enjoyed coming down this way. This little ridge line is quite scenic and beautiful. Here's looking down towards San Clemente Canyon and Rose Canyon. And there's California 52. I'll see you on another one of my adventure videos. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.